set now, they're off. A nice even break. It's out time. One of the smartest out of the gates, commencing well, was Descartes. King Capo is wide out. Leniency up on the inside, followed by Sophisticat. Then Pixel and Brave Bullimore, a couple of lengths to Combust, and then Skador and Carbon Prince. And last is Machismo. They race down past the 750 and King Capo to the lead. About a half length on Descartes. Third, Sophisticat wide. It's our times in the middle, and Leniency's over on the rails. 2.5 to Pixel. Brave Bullimore at her girth on the outside, and a couple of Skador the fence, and then Combust. And the last pair, Machismo, around Carbon Prince. 500 left to run here in the sixth, and Descartes joining King Capo. It's our time. Third, Leniency is waiting for the run. Sophisticat wider out from Pixel, and 2 lengths Skador straightening up now, and King Capo again put the head in front of Descartes. It's our times running a race, a low hanging, and then Leniency, Pixel and Sophisticat. King Capo, as the rider gets stuck into him again, he raced up to join It's Our Time. Pixel is driving up between them. Pixel's coming home very, very quickly and is going to race on and beat King Capo. Pixel, no luck first up, but a good run today. Better luck went its way. Pixel from King Capo, and It's Our Time from Skador, and then came Brave Bullimore, Carbon Prince and Leniency, Descartes, good margin Machismo and a Sophisticat, and Combust finished at the tail of the field. Pixel, number 4, ridden by Chris Muntz, gets the prize here for Billy Mitchell and the owners Messrs Plumridge, Rousethorne, Mrs P Warner and Mr M Stanford by Eagle Eyed from Light Me Up. And on the tote in New South Wales, number 4 Pixel has paid $4.50 and $1.90. Had no luck when second at Warwick Farm behind Burkina Miss, but better fortune went away today, and she's been able to score number 4 at $4.50. Having start 10, win number 2. Number 2 will be second, and that is King Capo, written by Darryl McClellan, 160, and 14 will be third. It's Our Time, Brent Stanley. It's paid $4.90. Those numbers are official, 4-2-14.
Thanks, Ian, and we'll be back for race 7 at Rosehill, a 2,000 metre event at 10 to 5 Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Bill Mitchell training the winner there, Pixel, from King Capo, and It's Our Time. We just need some interstate dividends, perhaps with those late scratchings of 12 Mitra at the barrier and 17 Amitabha earlier on. The totes are just taking a little bit longer to calculate. Queenslander in. Great record second up. Trained by Gerald Ryan. Correct weight at Rosehill, Pixel, King Capo, It's Our Time, for a trifecta of $358. Everything's official in Sydney. Interims Cheltenham, Prince Ida, 410 190, Dorados 330, 350 McBeal, 26.90 Quinella, 48.30 the Exacta, and the trifecta $499 on race 6. Now Newcastle, race 5, they're moving in. Here's Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Race number 5, and it's My Tally, $4.30, 5.40 Rapid Lass, King Hunt 6.10, 7.50 Star of Piedmont, and Northern Rule at $7.90. They're behind the gates, and no move up as yet. We're pretty much half a minute off starting time now. But My Tally's the favourite for Max Lees and Melanie Mangtalo. Hasn't raced for a little while, June in fact, but raced in a lot better company than this listed company in Adelaide, and did go around in the Group 3 size produce as well. Finished midfield, beaten over 6 lengths. It's had 7 starts for a win in a couple of seconds. It's at 4.10 My Tally first up. 5.30 for Rapid Lass, who's very speedy. Last 3 starts, 2 of them have been over the 900 metres here at Newcastle and has finished third. And 6.20 for number 2, King Hunt. Not exactly sure what's happening here. In fact, we're getting some news now. Number 4's a late scratching on vet's advice. So number 4's a late scratching. Please note number 4, Northern Rule, is a late scratching on veterinary advice, a late scratching. In this upcoming race, number 4, Northern Rule, is a late scratching. Was reluctant to leave the mounting yard. Did rear up a couple of times, and Terry Trikel actually was dumped off the horse, and or the mare I should say, and she's got to the gates, but obviously not in a good enough mood to run in this. 4 Northern Rule, a late scratching out of this race. So they'll move up shortly. Favourite is My Tally at $3.50. 5.90 for Rapid Lass and 6.10 for King Hunt number 2. Northern Rule was $8.70, so was fairly well fancied in the affair. But they are moving up now. Switchery is the first one up into line. Intergal just milling around along with the Set Decree. Poetic Lord down there as well. King Hunt in the saintly colours. King Hunt coming off a run at Canterbury back in May. It's first up as well. It's a tricky race to line up some of the form. Few of them first up in it, and the others, such as a Rapid Lass, who are very speedy. Star of Piermont as well. My tally favourite $3. Star of Piermont, as I mentioned. Last start Scone winner over the 900 metres as Brendan joins us from Sky Channel. Peter Losh aboard. It was a good run here 3 starts ago as well by Star of Piermont, a good battling effort. So an interesting race, some speedy types in it, a tricky race, but My Tally continues to firm. My Tally now into $2.80 as Intergal takes up its position. We've still got 6 out of line, so still a little bit of time before they jump. Of Piermont. Last look at the tote. My Tally at $2.90. 5.30 King Hunt, 5.40 Rapid Lass, and Star of Piermont $6.40. Star of Piermont drawn out wide in the race. Star of Piermont goes up to one of its outside gates, and My Tally is the final one to move up and will be just about set to go. For race number 5, Starter heading over towards the platform. My Tally goes into the outside gate. It's the favourite, 280. 900, Class 1, race number 5. Ready to jump. Rapid Lass standing okay, in close. Starter has them. Gates are back in their racing. Star of Piermont towards the outside, showing speed, not surprisingly. Rapid Lass is up there as well. Zofflin not far away. Switchery along the inside, and King Hunt. Star of Piermont the leader by a length. Switchery, Rapid Lass, then King Hunt. 2 lengths Zofflin, then Set Decree on the inside as they go to the 500. Intergal next on the inner from Poetic Lord. Eagle Dance 2 lengths away and 3 lengths to the favourite, My Tally. 400 metres to go off the rail. Into the straight, Star of Piermont the leader from Rapid Lass. There was tightening there. Switchery was checked. King Hunt behind them, involved in it. Zoffling down the outside, making up ground. Then Intergal and Poetic Lord now down the centre of the track. Rapid Lass, Star of Piermont, Zoffling making a line of 3. King Hunt behind them. Intergal and Poetic Lord down the outside. My Tally back to the inside, making up ground. Zoffling, Star of Piermont, Poetic Lord, Intergal coming. Poetic Lord and Zoffling together. Poetic Lord just in front. Poetic Lord. Poetic Lord beats Zoffling, and third Intergal. They were followed by Eagle Dance, who made up ground from Star of Piermont beside it. Further back in the field, My Tally picked up a few. Then Set Decree from Rapid Lass, who got tied. King Hunt towards the tail of the field, and Switchery was last.
8, 12 and 6 Poetic Lord, Nathan Stanley pouncing on them. $21.490 got up to beat 12's Offlane Craig Agnew, 5.20 and 6 Intergal, ridden by R. Maudsley at $5 for a place. 8, 12, 6 across the line. That was the 5th at Newcastle. Now the Salinger Stakes is coming up in about 3 minutes' time, although the farrier is currently at work on number 10 Oamaru Force, one of the favourites. Shower Heart 14, Toledo 18, 11 Mr Murphy, 23 Umrum, Higher 760, Bomber Bill 860, and Kamina's now into $5.40. So she's certainly the favourite. Belle de Jour 9.20, Oamaru Force at 12, 56 Pittance, 20 Nanny Marone, Sedurka 28, 20 Point Danger, 16 Crystal Finale and Fair Embrace at $27. And at 21 there for True Jewels. The first 1,200 metre race they had there at Flemington today. The second race, they all went to the inside. And also at Flemington, there has been a pattern where horses who've been racing up on the pace have been slightly advantaged. Kamina's at 5.40, holding the call from Higher. The New South Wales favourites Higher and quite firm, really. $3, $4 now. And Queensland, it's Belle de Jour just ahead of Kamina, which is a surprise. You would have thought that Shower Heart or Kamina in particular would be outright favourite there, being Queenslanders, but that's not the case. They've rallied for Belle de Jour. Now, Alf Matthews late mail at Flemington. He's put number 8 on top. Kamina for Stephen Arnold, certainly a Group 1 jockey. 16 Fair Embrace, 17 True Jewels, and Show a Heart number 1 to be running on as well. 8, 16, 17 and 1 are Ralph's numbers for the Salinger Stakes, where runners are at the barrier. The event's due in about 2 minutes' time. Kamina at $5.20 is holding the call. Now, correct weight at Cheltenham, Prince Ida, number 8, ridden by Jason Holder, beat 6 Dorados and 7 McBeal. The trifecta was $499 on race 6, and weight is right. Now, Newcastle Interims, Poetic Lord was the winner at $21.490, Zofflein $5.20, Intergal at 5, $107.50 Quinella, $2.42 the Exacta, and the trifecta $3,974. On the 5th, we stand by for correct weight. Now, Oamaru Force is still in the mounting yard at Flemington, has parted company with the rider, and there may even be a delay with the next race because Oamaru Force is back in the mounting yard and has thrown Corey Brown. Corey Brown is being attended to by ambulance officials there.
He got a bit uptight when it was finished. Corey was legged on, and as he did, the horse swung away, stumbled and went down, and he did appear to land on Corey, but I only seen the legs from this side. I don't know to what extent of the horse's body that was on him, but he went to get up, Corey, and then sat straight back down again, so he's in a bit of pain.
Well, you would think this horse would possibly be a scratching if Corey is not fit to ride. Now, this is what happened just a couple of moments ago, and you can see that's the tail end of it, and he may have been collected by just one of those flailing legs on the way down. And that is a shocking thing to see. But it's one of those incidents and accidents that happens in racing, Roy.
Unfortunately, the unexpected is always there in racing. You never know what's around the corner when you're dealing with animals. And especially on a day like today, this horse had to be held tight there when he was being reshod. Got a bit uptight. Corey jumped straight on his back and bang. It was all a sort of a quick movement, and the horse just stumbled and down he went. But it's unfortunate. He's up on his feet, Corey. He's got up on his feet, Corey, but he's still not the best for wear, I don't think, by the look of this. I would say at this stage, although the attendant is running in with the stewards to probably see whether there's another jockey in the room available to ride at the right weight. So,
and if there is, this will constitute a fair delay. David Hall dashing in along with the stewards, Terry Sharp. So it's not only here in the mounting yard, Roy, I can tell you the drama's going on at the moment as Corey makes his way back, and we'll get a medical report.
They are unsaddling the horse now, so they'll be looking now for a change of jockey. If a suitable jockey cannot be found immediately, the horse will be withdrawn.
I'll tell you what, the other drama going on at the moment, will Universal Prince run in the Melbourne Cup? I believe his trainer, Bede Murray, is now with Mark Aston.
Just a quick couple of questions. First of all, can you give us an indication as to what was said in there?
The vet just said that he appears lame in his offside back, so I want to go and have a look at the horse.
So at this stage, no to Tuesday?
I don't know.
Still too early?
Yes.
And what about Justin's ride? Can you just give us some indication as to how you felt about it?
No comment on that. We don't know how the horse is.
Bede Murray there with Mark Aston. So concern over the horse. I think the vets are going to have a look at the horse, maybe doing so as we speak, Roy.
I watched the vets walk down with the horse, and he went straight to the veterinary area, and that's while the horse was still warm after the race.
Now here comes Terry Sharp from the stewards, bolting out of the weighing-in room, and they are going to take it out by the look of it. Just unable to find a suitable or a jockey in quick enough time, and we've also got to remember all of the other horses are up there at the start at the moment, and they have been for a while.
And carrying their weights on their back, and on a day like today with all this high tension around here, a lot of these horses get very upset. Just watching on the big screen, Sedurka, who's a horse that can get up tight, he's really flared up behind the gates now, and he's really on a high, so it's unfortunate. It's a day of incidents.
There's the map of the 1200 for the Salinger. In a moment we'll check in with Tim Gossage, a last-minute report in the betting ring. But there you can see down the famous straight 1200 metre course. Don't think there's too much doubt they'll split up here, Roy.
No, I think the majority will come to the outside. The penetrometer this morning was quite a deal faster on the outside, and I think that's where they'll head. in this race, yeah.
And there are the selections. Shortly we'll get Roy's thoughts. In the meantime, Tim Gossage in the betting ring.
Peter, only 2 runners, currently 16 in the race, 2 runners under double figures should I say, in the betting ring. They've come for Kamina. She's clearly the favourite, the one they want to be on. They're jumping out of trees again. I don't know where the punters are finding the money after the previous 7 races, but they've certainly come for Kamina and late specking for higher as well.
Okay, Kamina and higher the ones. Now, we just saw a jockey on the scales there, and he bolted back into the room, so maybe this horse perhaps will not come out after all. They haven't removed him from the mounting yard, and Jenny Chapman is here with me now and might be able to tell us a little bit more, firstly, about the condition of Corey Brown, Jen.
Yes, I just briefly spoke to him as he gingerly walked back into the weighing room area, Peter, and he said that he's hurt his tailbone, so let's hope that Corey's all right for next Tuesday.
Okay, we'll dispatch you to the scales area, Jen, and see if you can find out if in fact there is going to be a change of rider here, and they are going to try for Oamaru Force, and it looks like, is that Greg Childs?
Greg Childs, yes.
Yeah, so just a little hard to see on our monitors here with the blazing
kilos.
sunlight, but there he goes. Greg Childs looks as though he's going to be coming out and jumping on Oamaru Force in a minute. David Hall has just come striding out from the scales area as well. So to borrow a phrase from a legendary cricket commentator, it's all happening, Roy.
And as far as poor old Corey goes, that tailbone that we referred to, that Jenny referred to, we use that a lot on the saddle.
Yeah, it's sort of fairly important for a jockey, isn't it?
It is a bit, yes.
Now, what have you marked here?
I'm going with a couple of the mares here, and number 9 Belle de Jour and 8 Kamina. I thought both of them paraded very well in the yard. Kamina has done a treat. Belle de Jour, a big drop in weight here from the last start. She looked absolutely outstanding. John Singleton here today. I think they'll give you a good sight, the 2 mares. Certainly putting in the 6 higher. Blinkers on first time today. Look for a bit of a run from this big guy. He's a bit hard to catch, but oh gee, look wonderful today. And the top weight, Showerheart, he always gives you one good sight every time he goes out. So I've included the top weight also. I went 9, 8, 6 and 1. Thanks, Pete.
What about the situation with Universal Prince, Roy Higgins? After what you saw today, would you think there's much point in running him in the Melbourne Cup?
I think the combination of what I saw at Moonee Valley and the WS Cox Plate and what I saw here today, there wasn't a great deal of difference in the 2 runs. I think there's great cause for concern with the horse, and I wouldn't be surprised that they'll find something is now amiss, and I would suggest at this point that if you're on Universal Prince in the Melbourne Cup, I don't like your chances.
Well, here's the man who might know and might be able to tell us more what happened in the races. Greg Childs runs out to Mount Oamaru Force. Mark Aston has Justin Sheehan with him.
They just asked me, for my evaluation, and as I said coming in, I was gravely concerned with his action. As I said, I know the horse best than anyone to ride, and I was concerned early. I was having a look at him, and if I could see something visibly wrong, I was thinking, do I pull this horse up? What do I do? I didn't know what to do because he just didn't feel right. And as I said to them and to the stewards in there, I think you'll find something wrong with him because he wasn't himself.
So at this stage, do you think he should run in the Melbourne Cup?
Well, that's not my decision to make. That's up to the veterinarian and his trainer.
And what about Bede? And did you have some words with Bede after the race?
I asked Bede, mate. We never have any words. I mean, the horse has something wrong.
Well, there you go. So there is a lot of drama going on here at the moment at Flemington, and that was Justin Sheehan talking to Mark Aston. And this horse, Oamaru Force, is being led out of the mounting yard now. Greg Childs is actually going to walk out of the mounting yard in front of him. I just hope that he doesn't fizz up here again, because if he starts revving up again, then we could have another incident. Down in the betting ring, Tim Gossage, what's going on down there?
Still plenty of money for Kamina, Pete, and all the action might be out in the front of the building, but back here there's plenty of money still coming for Kamina, and good specking too down the bottom for number 15, Crystal Finale, but Kamina will jump a very short price favourite.
Plenty of drama before the Salinger, plenty of drama prior to the Tui's new Melbourne Cup. There's Greg Childs about to take them out on the track now. They've let him straight out there. He didn't have to come down the race. There's a little gate there at the clock tower, Jen, where they can get the horses out promptly. And of course, unfortunately, that's the gate that Pravda had to come in back via last year when it wouldn't go to the stalls for the Melbourne Cup.
Yes, that's right, Peter. But Greg's got on all right there, and I'm sure this horse should be okay. He's obviously been vetted, so they wouldn't let him run if he injured himself in any way. Very speedy horse, Oamaru Force.
Now, what about the situation with the horses out behind the gates? They have been there for some considerable time now. The riders got up probably at around about 20 minutes to 22 minutes after 4. So they've been on these horses for a long time.
Well, really, you'd like to get off them and just walk them around so that you've got the weight off their back, Pete, if you're there for quite a long time and there's long delays. I don't know, I haven't seen a shot of them behind the barriers if any of the jockeys have done that. But,
well, I'm not sure that they're allowed to.
No, they're probably not. And, you know, if you've got 57, you've got the high weights, you generally, even if you get into the barrier stores early, sometimes the jockeys get up on the side of the barriers just to take that weight off their back for a while.
Yeah, that's the time when you can relieve the weight of the horses, but I don't think the stewards are too happy about jockeys getting off. It's just unfortunate. And in this circumstance, they're going to try and get Oamaru Force straight up towards the gates. We just saw Bomber Bill there in the pink colours as Oamaru Force heads up there. How important is it for horses in straight 1,200-metre races especially? There's only one course where there's a straight 1,200-metre race. How important is it for the horse to be trained on the track and know his surrounds?
Oh, look, it often makes a huge difference here at Flemington. The Flemington-trained horses have a great record down the straight. And, of course, Bomber Bill is trained here at Flemington by Russell Cameron. And his performances, Pete, of recent have been terrific. So, yes, it's going to be a very competitive race here.
I wonder what David Hall's instructions were to Greg Childs. Probably don't fall off and win.
I'd say quick, get out there.
Get up to the barrier. And up he goes now. It is a long way away, right up there on Epsom Road, where he'll join the rest of these horses. This big field, a field of 17 running in the third of the Group 1s. If you're just joining us, there has been a fair bit of drama as far as the punters are concerned today, and the drama is they can't back a winner. And the big races today, Amalfi took out the Derby from Zarek, and third placing went to Fantastic. And then in the 7th race on the card, another upset, La Belladama defeating Hill of Grace and Emission. All right, they'll load the...
At Melbourne.
Racing in the Salinger, and Kamina and Show a Heart and Point Danger bounced out quickly. True Jewels and Showing Speed, Fair Embrace out there. Just behind them, Belle de Jour, followed by Umrum. Pitton Showing Speed, they get a split up right up at the middle. Crystal Finale going over on the inside in front of Oamaru Force, and Sedurka going quickly on the flat side. Sedurka over on the inside has gone up to head off Crystal Finale and led by 2 lengths. Oamaru Force back in the middle from Mr. Murphy and Bomber Bill. Then Toledo further back in the race, then higher, and Nanny Maroon. Grandstand rail at the 700-metre mark, and it's Fair Embrace just in front of Kamina on the outside fence. A length then Pitton's True Jewels. Then Umrum behind them, Point Danger, Show a Heart, and Belle de Jour at the 550-metre mark and over on the flat side. And it's Sedurka 4 lengths in front of Crystal Finale, Oamaru Force and Bomber Bill. Down the grandstand, Fair Embrace led from Kamina, followed by Pittons and Point Danger, Show a Heart, True Jewels struggling, and Belle de Jour coming up the middle. Sedurka over on the inside, down the outside, Kamina going up to Fair Embrace from Show a Heart, and behind those Point Danger. Sedurka over on the inside, the leader. The inside brigade in front. Here's Higher coming home hard. Higher is out after Sedurka, followed by Kamina. Sedurka hangs on. I'd say Sedurka's just beaten Higher. Out wide, Kamina's right there with Point Danger, and also Belle de Jour, the middle from Nanny Maroon. Close up on the outside, Fair Embrace. Show a Heart with those, followed further back to the inside by Bomber Bill. Then Oamaru Force further back, then Crystal Finale. Behind those, Mr. Murphy pulling up quickly after the line is Pittons, followed by Toledo. And near the outside, Umrum and company with True Jewels.
Fine Fancies 13, Sedurka, Dan Nicolik, 41.50, $10.80. If it's 6 higher, 3.20, 2.70, 8 Kamina, $2.40. Correct weight Perth, 2.31. Set now Doomben.
Favourite, $2.10 on the TAB. The line is right. Starting signal given.
13, the winner, Sedurka.
Damn Lucky drawn towards the inside. He's won 5 from 7. Very promising galloper. We'll see how he fares today. Probably his best test so far. Best field he's struck in his short career. They're race.
Group 1 from Flemington.
They're set. Racing. Kamina, Show a Heart began fast with Point Danger, True Jewels, Umrum and Fair Embrace on the outside. Pitton's got out quickly there too, and Belle de Jour's in behind those leading horses as they settle down. And over on the flat side, Crystal Finale had got away well. Going forward is Sedurka on his outside, and Oamaru Force is handy to them as well, followed by Bomber Bill, Mr. Murphy. Higher is the widest runner of the flat division. In behind them is Toledo, and Nanny Maroon as last of the horses down on the flat side, which are led clearly by Sedurka. On on the grandstand side, and it's Fair Embrace in front of Kamina, who's closest to the outside rail in the yellow colours. Pittons right behind them from Point Danger, Rum, and they're followed by Shower Heart and Belle de Jour, last of those horses. 400 left to go. Sedurka's got a big lead over on the flat side. He's gone out about 6 lengths to Oamaru Force, followed by Higher down the outside, and then Bomber Bill and Nanny Maroon on the grandstand now. Kamina with her run getting to Fair Embrace, Shower Heart and then Belle de Jour and Point Danger across the track. 100 to go. Sedurka is in front on the flat side from Higher, and Kamina this side. Sedurka in front, Kamina this side, Sedurka holding on, and Sedurka on the inside beats Higher. Photo for third, got no idea. Kamina's up there with Belle de Jour and Fair Embrace not far off them with Point Danger. Bomber Bill is in behind them from Nanny Maroon, and they're followed by Oamaru Force and Toledo, Crystal Finale. Mr. Murphy as well back in company with Pittance, and then Rum and True Jewels.
These on-pace runners are having a very good trot at Flemington today. Sedurka all the way, 29.90, 8.30, ridden by Dan Nikolic for Brian Mayfield-Smith. Higher, number 6 running second, Darren Beedman, 2.80, and 8 Kamina, Stephen Arnold, $2.40. 157.60 Quinella, 421 the exacta, the trifecta $2,262 on the Salinger Stakes at Flemington. That protest was brief at Newcastle. Poetic Lords, Offline, Intergal, dismissed, and correct weight on 8, 12 and 6. Interims.
Daniels the man, whose form leading into this has been very good. And he walks in without a worry in the world, and we're set. Race 7 over the 2,000 metres. A few people grouped around the outside fence to watch the action of the jump. And the racing, and best out was Star Varick from the heavily tried Mascator. Third is Daniels the man, and then Enchanted Spider, Bowl Zaffer, followed by Ears Ronnie, Fuel, Pristine Partners, at Absolute as Star of the Seas. They race to the 1700, and Mitch Newman goes to the front clearly on Mascator from the favourite Daniels the man. Bowl Zaffer settles third around Star Varick from Enchanted Spider. Ears Ronnie's over on the inside of Fuel, a length and a half Pristine Partners, and 3/4 of a length further back Star of the Seas. The Waterhouse trained Mascator is a clear-cut leader to the back, and by the 1400 Mascator, a length and a quarter Daniels the man. Star Varick racing on the inside of Bowl Zaffer, then Enchanted Spider. Here's Ronnie's on the fence, then comes Fuel from Star of the Seas, and Pristine Partners at the rear, back about, say 8 or 9 lengths off the lead, still held by Mascator, and as they work to the halfway, going along to the 1,000 marker, Mascator out by a length on Daniels the man. Star Varick over on the inside of Bowl Zaffer, then Enchanted Spider. Here's Ronnie, and then Fuel from Star of the Seas and Pristine Partners. This has been the pattern for quite a way, and they're coming onto the side and linking up with the 800 marker and Mascator, 3/4 to a half length on Daniels the man, and Muntz on the favourite, sitting right up with Mascator, not letting Newman dictate terms to a nicety on the leader. And as they come to the 600, Mascator from Daniels the man, Bowl Zaffer, Star Varick, Enchanted Spider, Fuel, and then comes Ears Ronnie from Pristine Partners and Star of the Seas. To the home corner they run at the 500. Mascator, he's hanging, he's 3/4 Daniels the man, and they lead a couple of lengths on Bowl Zaffer. Into the stretch and down to the 300, Daniels the man raced to Mascator and put his neck in front. Star of the Seas has come from near last, up on the inside, and a good gap to Fuel and Pristine Partners. Daniels the man hasn't got a lot left. Star of the Seas is coming home along the rails. Star of the Seas bridges the gap on Daniels the man, and Star of the Seas has beaten Daniels the man, bored out on him shortly past the post. Mascator was third and fourth, Pristine Partners, and then Fuel, Ears Ronnie, Bowl Zaffer, Enchanted Spider, and Absolute Star Varick. Darryl McClellan, number 8, Star of the Seas, right up on the fence, is paid about $11 and $2.60. $11.80 it'll pay and $2.60. Daniels the man has run second, and the third will be Mascator. Daniels the man $1.40 and Mascator $1.70. It's come from the tail of the field, and is by Rhythm from Twinkle Bell, trained here by Chris Waller for T&L Mulolo, and Essen